I've got a good story, and this is probably not known to anybody ever. So we're breaking news here.
If it's anything except for the Aspinall fight, I'll be pissed. But if it's a retirement announcement, I'll be sick. I'll be ill.
They throw a whole herd of fish, of tilapias, and they eat the shit, and that's how they clean the water.
Shout out to the Under the Cheese podcast with my buddy here.
All right, here we are, episode 9. Whoa.
Dude, I was about to say that 9 episodes, man.
That's crazy.
Wow, dude, this is like probably the longest thing I've been a part of as far as like outside of work. It's crazy, man. So
I love it.
Good to hear episode 9, and we'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, what's crazy is we have been doing this for 10 weeks. There was 1 week where we didn't get to film an episode, I think. I think it was like either episode 3 or 4.
It was the off week when they had that like the 3 weeks or
right,
whatever it was. We filmed 1 week, and that was just our casual episode. That's the one that got the most hits.
Yeah.
But the second week after that, we didn't do one, and but we're on a roll here, man.
Yeah, we really are. And speaking of on a roll, the UFC is on a roll with putting on awesome cards. We don't need to go through every fight here, just the ones that stood out, because there was certainly a lot of stuff going on. Especially with this card, we have 2 surprising turn of events after this card. And exactly the first fight of the night is exactly what I'm talking about. We had Hamdi Abdulwahab fight Jamal Pogues. Went the distance, and it was a split decision, which went the way of Hamdi Abdulwahab. Everybody said it was a robbery. The announcers, Laura Sanko, I believe, tweeted about it, about how bad of a robbery it was. But did you hear that after that, even though he was robbed, Jamal Pogues has been cut from the UFC? He is no longer on the roster. How do you feel about that? What do you think went into that decision? Do you think it was just the way he was fighting, or what's going on there?
I think that the UFC is in. I think they're trying to somehow like rebuild the heavyweight division. And I think they're kind of like getting rid of guys they see as boring, because people often view the heavyweight division as boring. I mean, you got that one punch power that can end it all, but at the end of the day, what are we really watching? It's 2 big guys that are obviously above that 265-pound limit, and they're just, I don't know, they're almost like hugging, because they're after the first few punches they gas.
Right.
So with his cutting, and then they also cut Rosenstrike.
Yep.
It's like that kind of tells me that they're kind of headed in, I feel like, a new direction. They're trying to obviously get rid of all the old guys who aren't as entertaining as you would want. And I feel like they're going to be signing a lot of new heavyweights.
Yeah, especially ones that fit the mold of, Tom Aspinall. Everything you want in a heavyweight, you have right there.
Yeah. He's like the new generation, dude.
Right,
he's like, literally, he can do it all.
He is the next evolution in heavyweight MMA.
Literally. He can wrestle, jiu-jitsu, he can box. He can do it all, man. And he's good everywhere. He's honestly in a class of his own. I don't want to throw John Jones in that class yet, because I mean, he's not I guess you can say now he's a true heavyweight, because
you have 2 fights.
He took 3 years off or whatever it was, and he built himself and his body to be a heavyweight.
Right.
So yeah, I guess he is a heavyweight, but he's also not like as heavy as Aspinall. I don't think. I think Aspinall has to cut weight.
Yeah, I'd have to check on that. I'm not sure what their walk around weights are.
Yeah, he's like a true heavyweight. He's like a true heavyweight, meaning like they have to cut to get to that limit. Brock Lesnar, famous for having to cut weight to make 265. That's if you're having to cut weight to make 265 pounds, I mean, Jesus Christ.
What does Tom Aspinall weigh? Does he usually weigh below the limit?
Yeah, way below the limit. I think he weighs in at like 235 ish. I'm gonna say, or maybe I'm just thinking of that number because that's what Bolatan weighed in yesterday. He posted a video of him uh stepping on the scale, pretty heavy, but that's good, man. It's almost like you want guys that are gonna be heavier than the class and then cut weight. Um, a lot of people see it as bullying the guys, the true guys that are in that weight class, but it's fun, man. It brings a different power to the division.
Yeah, what I'm seeing here, he usually weighs in the 250s range. So he
250s
is, yeah, he's
and
about 10 pounds lighter than the
the
weight
limit.
limit.
Is that?
Yeah,
But he does he walk around at that? I
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Probably not.
he's got to
Maybe.
be up there. I think also with heavyweights, I think that they're naturally big. Obviously, I think they cut weight depending on their fight style. Like Aspinall is quick,
Right.
so he's probably like, okay, well I can cut this much weight, I can cut that much weight, and he still has to be quick.
Right.
So I can see him being like, okay, I'm going to cut the 250.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, but you never know. I mean, I when John Jones first came up to heavyweight, he was light compared to Gon.
I forget what they weighted. Does he go 265 or
Gon's a big boy. I don't know what he weighs in at. He reminds me of like another Aspinall because he's good. He's quick and he's a big boy. But
right.
Aspinall is just levels above, I think, everybody in that weight class. Obviously, and it's kind of hard to say he's the best at the weight class with John Jones because we haven't seen John Jones really get tested. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
He's fought Miocic, which uh, we all know he probably just took that fight for the paycheck. He wasn't. He That's not prime Miocic. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is prime Aspinall. He's a different beast. Um, and I can't wait till they announce tomorrow that they are fighting sometime later this year, probably November at MSG.
I'm very happy you brought that up because yes, John Jones today at around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tweeted that he has big news coming in 24 hours. So, we are all hoping that that is the Tom Aspinall fight getting announced. I could see it being something else,
Did he say
and he
it was fight news or he just said a big
he just
announcement?
said big announcement.
Dude, watch him be like he might be a prime athlete or something like that.
Right, that's what
He's
I'm
teasing
like.
us all, and he's a prime athlete now.
Well, and I really don't like Hector's prediction. Hector, who, by the way, everybody will be joining us in a little bit. If you if you were wondering, so
Yeah, everybody's like, "Where's
we
Hector?"
didn't even address like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, Hector's not here. Yeah, he'll be
yeah,
joining us soon.
yeah.
But I'll speak for him here. He said in the chat that he predicts that it'll be John Jones's retirement announcement. Which I said, if it's anything except for the Aspinall fight, I'll be pissed. But if it's a retirement announcement, I'll be sick. I'll be ill. I'll be inconsolable. I just don't know what I would do. I think that would just ruin my MMA year. As good as it's been already. If I heard that John Jones was retiring, that would be such a wet blanket. That is not good. So I hope that is not the case. I also hope it's not just some, like you said, prime athlete or crypto coin announcement or something like you imagine. If it's a crypto coin announcement, I'll actually that'll be funny.
Yeah.
Right. But the second fight on the card earned a performance of the night bonus for a guy that we brought up briefly. Bogdan Grod, contender series guy, got a KO with a 4 minutes and 22 seconds into round two. Fought through some adversity. He was getting hit in the first round. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he lost the first round pretty convincingly, but then came back and got the finish late in the second round. Did you catch that one? What did you think of the debutant Bogdan Grod?
I seen the highlight. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. But yeah, man, that's why you keep at it, man. You never let off that pedal. It's MMA, man. Literally anybody can win with the right punch. If you zig where you should have zagged, you can get clipped, and it's a wrap, dude.
Right. Yeah. Bogdangrad, he looks like somebody, and he did this in this Contender Series fight too. He will not quit. He's one of those guys. And now sometimes people can have this and not have the skills to back it up. They might not quit on themselves, but they're just hurting themselves and they're not really doing anything. One guy that comes to mind is the guy who trains with Bryce Mitchell, AJ Cunningham. I don't believe he's got a win in the UFC yet. I believe he lost on the Contender Series, but then got signed to the UFC later for a late notice replacement. But he's a guy who comes to mind where he will not quit on himself. Like when he gets knocked out, it's because the ref, it's like a standing knockout, or like one where he's not out, but it's like one of those TKOs where it's like this guy cannot put
Yeah.
himself through any more of this. So it didn't get that bad for Bogdan, but he was certainly losing, and he changed the momentum and got a finish, which was awesome to see. 15-2. He's going to be an exciting featherweight guy. He looks like one of those guys where it's like this guy is taking his career as serious as possible. He said this is all he does.
And that's what you like to see, man. You like
Right,
him to come in and be right on business, man.
right,
Um, like Dana says it all the time. Dana White, that being, he loves guys that want to fight, man.
right.
This is obviously the fight business. A lot of the guys on the roster we know is they just want that contract. You know, they get in
Mm,
there and they get like kind of comfortable and they're just sitting there. A good example is like the welterweight division. Kobe Covington, one of those guys, where he kind of sat out his entire prime, just sitting there watching the other contenders get at it.
mm.
It's good to have a guy to come in there, granted a different weight class, but come in there and this is my life. This is all I want to do. Put me in. It's kind of like a different Hamzat where he fought twice in 2 weeks or whatever it was.
Right, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you know what's funny? I think that's like an unbeatable record because for whatever reason they had two cards within 11 days. So it wasn't even a full 2 weeks. So
Yep.
it was like it's like an unbeatable record. I forget why that happened. Like UFC wasn't on a Saturday for whatever reason. I can't remember why.
This
It
was
was in
during
2020.
yeah, this was during COVID.
Yeah.
Um, and well, obviously they were just they had nowhere to go but Fight Island. So I think they were just putting on fights. I think it was a pay-per-view that happened and then a regular fight night card.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I think he just stepped in for that. But I remember when he did that and I was like, he was just making it look easy. And I remember I told myself, I was like, there's no way, man. There's no way this guy's really making this thing look that easy. It's there's a hype. They're feeding him these tomato cans per se. And I remember when he fought Gerald Mershart, I was like,
Hmm.
all right, this guy's gonna knock this guy out, and he's gonna show him, all right, this is UFC, baby, welcome. I bet on that, and Mershart ended up getting TKO'd bad. So yeah,
Yes, he
never
did. That
doubt
is
it,
an
man.
infamous highlight.
Yeah, but hopefully this guy at featherweight um, is a new life, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what we have now is it's entertaining, but never hurts to have another guy making his way up the chain.
Right, yeah. And speaking of entertaining guys, it was so great to see our guy, Terrence McKinney, get back in the win column 2 minutes and 1 second into the first round. He's back to his old ways,
Dude,
finishing
yeah,
people in the first round.
was dominating, dude. It was great.
Yes.
I'm glad to see that. I think I feel like when he got KO'd, um, was it his last fight or the one before?
Well, his last fight I think was Rebovix where he got knocked out. But then I think
Okay.
he got knocked out the fight before by what was it, Bonfim? I think it was one of the Bonfim
Yeah, yeah,
brothers knocked him
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude. So it's good for him to get a finish in the first round. We've all seen what he can do. Dude is a great fighter and an exciting one at that. So good to get this win for him by finish, and
Mhm.
hopefully this gives him some confidence going forward. I obviously we're not fighters. We've never been knocked out or anything like that, but um, I'd imagine that it's pretty heavy on your ego, on your confidence, and pretty much on yourself, man. You're just like, damn, dude, if I fail to block this shot, I'm going out. It's almost like
Mhm.
you just you lose faith in your chin, and I can't imagine being a fighter and not having all the confidence in my chin. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
ultimately, half of the fight is having a poker face and not showing damage,
Yeah.
and having a good chin because you're gonna get clipped, dude.
Hmm.
You just got to be able to withstand it. And yeah, man. Hopefully, from here on out, he gets back on in the win column, and we get to see him contend for some gold. Hopefully, in a couple years.
Yeah, I owe him an apology because when I said that his last fight was a KO by Ribovics, it was, but then I mentioned the Bonfim fight. He had three fights in between the Bonfim fight and the Ribovics fight, two of which he won.
Good.
So yeah, sorry, I mean I forgot about Nazem Sadikov. He lost to him by rear naked choke. KO'd Mike Breeden, KO'd Brendan Marotte, and then got KO'd by Esteban Ribovics, and then got a KO of Damir Hadzovic. So
At least he puts on a show, man. Whether he's getting finished or he's
right,
finishing other guys,
right.
uh, that's good, man. But doesn't this guy, or he doesn't follow your Instagram account, does he, or does he?
Who?
Terrence McKinney.
No, he doesn't follow me.
He reposted one of your stories one time, and you reposted it. I said, dude, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I think I can't remember what it was, but yeah. Yeah, I think he's pretty good with fan interaction on social media from what I see. He's always like tweeting and commenting on stuff. And it's usually just him like interacting with fans, but sometimes he'll throw something out there on like a popular post either about him or about just other goings on in the UFC. I think he does a good job of keeping his name out there. And yeah, if he could string together some good wins, and we know that he can win in spectacular fashion. If he could string a few of those together, like if he could go on, I know this is a tall ask, but if he could go on like a 4 or 5 fight win streak, he could really start pulling in numbers on his accounts. Like I think he'd start to build a real name because he already has the highlight reel. I mean, regardless of the finishes and losses that he's suffered, I mean, his debut in the UFC, it was a crazy knockout. So, he's been doing it since the very beginning of his UFC career. I think he could be one of the stars. Not again, the word star in the sport is relative, but somebody who really has a lot of name power. Like when you see
Yeah.
him on a
Oh yeah.
card, he already kind of
Yeah.
has that.
Yeah. So I was gonna say he
Throw
already has
him,
it. Hmm.
they throw him on the low key cards because he's a name that people are gonna want to tune into. Not
Yeah.
that this was a low key card, but he did have a low key card streak there for a bit.
Yeah, but it's it's the excitement that he brings as well. People see the knockouts to finishes, and they're just like, okay, that's Terrence McKinney,
Hmm.
and he's got that face that you just can't forget too. So
Right? Yeah.
he's got the makings of a star, man. He just got to, like you said, string together quite a few wins and get him some ranked wins,
Hmm.
and I think he'll be up there, man. I got a lot of faith in him. Um, Everybody, it's MMA, dude. Everybody's gonna get finished an hour later, so
Hmm.
um, I think he's gonna bounce back and hopefully make a run, man. Like I
Right.
said, in the next few years, but it'd be fun to see, man. He's a very exciting fighter, so uh,
Yeah.
I think we should send Hector our I guess he's got the most following of all
Yeah,
of
he
both of us
does.
combined, so we'll send him to go follow Terrence McKinney, and hopefully he'll follow us back. They can message and we can get him on the pod.
Yeah, please, please. That would be great.
Yeah,
That'd be
dude,
awesome. That would be
we're
awesome. And like if somebody like him came on, or any fighter, it would be cool just to like not ask them the questions that everybody asks them.
Yeah,
Like
dude, it was like one of those casual episodes that we have.
right. Have a casual
Yeah,
episode with the fighter. That
yeah, dude.
that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's what this channel is, man.
Right.
We're just three guys chilling.
Right. Do you got
Yeah,
hey, you gotta there's always gonna be that level like when the cameras are on, when the microphones are on. I mean you're aware of that. Like, it's always in the back of your head in
yeah,
a way. Even if it's like subconscious. But over time, like what I've noticed is it's a lot easier for me to flow. Like when I'm talking, and it helps that we're not live or anything. It's not like we're on the radio. If we say something that we're like, I probably shouldn't have said that, you just cut it
yeah,
out and
yeah,
that's it. So
yeah.
that's also a major benefit of it. I could not, I mean, I shouldn't say I couldn't imagine. But can you imagine what it feels like to be on like live radio or like
I think
or
it's
live TV?
I've been on live TV before, and it's kind of one of those where like you don't want to think about it because if you mess
Right,
up, there's no
right,
going back.
right,
It's
yeah.
one of those where they're just like, all right, they're talking to you, and you just gotta like just keep going with the flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just got to be easy with it, and obviously not say anything stupid to get yourself canceled. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. Wouldn't want to do that. Yeah. Yeah.
dude,
Uh
watch this channel, man. I'm telling you, dude. And we're gonna keep filming these, and before we know it, we're gonna have a under the chin mansion.
that would
Look
be
at
beautiful.
that.
That'd be a beautiful thing. You know where that mansion starts? Clips, and I have yet to post any. Sorry, everybody.
It's all good.
Uh
You know what we need to get on too? My cousin Noel actually hit me up during the week, and he's like, randomly, he might have been watching an episode or something like that. Which shout out to him for supporting. But he's
yes.
like, dude, you guys got to put your pod on like Spotify
Right.
and
Yeah, yeah.
iTunes. He's like, because unless you have the subscription for YouTube, like YouTube Premium or whatever, you can't like run it on your phone and then close your phone out.
Right, right. Yeah,
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 so
yeah. Yeah.
so they can't like say if they're washing dishes or working out, um, you actually you're gonna need to be watching the app so you can hear us versus just
Yeah.
having the audio going. So hey man, if Joe Rogan can do it, we can do it, right? We have the same funds and all that other stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, no, it's one of those things where I think once we start getting a little bit of interaction,
Yeah, I can say that.
you
We're
know,
right
on
now we're still unknown. It's going to be quite kind of pathetic. We got
right.
like 3 years of the channel, and we have 2 views on each on each little on each
Yeah.
pod.
Well, that's where it starts is I think we have to create more of those moments, like clip-worthy moments, some where we really nail whatever we're trying to say. And I think we have done that quite a few times in the episodes we've recorded. I just haven't gone back and clipped any of them. Um, but I think once I could work time into the schedule to do that, it that I mean that's how you generate growth,
Yeah,
like
I
we
think we
talked about.
should. This is, I think, would be a good hit right here. We put the shout out video of Pantoja as a short, and then
Ah.
we that's how they're like, wait, Pantoja, what is he shouting out a channel? What?
Right. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
tune into
yeah.
that, huh?
Yeah, there's that video is so awesome. I
And
love that
just say,
that is
yeah,
at the
tune in next
intro.
Tuesday or tune in Saturday or whenever you upload videos for episode whatever.
Y-
And hopefully that gains traction. And then it's like, okay, we'll see.
Well, yeah, that short that we posted announcing episode 7, I think it was, that got like 500 views, which is like, and it got a stranger comment on it, which was
Yeah.
cool. Our first stranger comment. Thank you, thank you. Um, celebrate the milestones. It's the Yeah. Um, Speaking of milestones, Shamil Gaziev had a real milestone moment in his career when he knocked out Thomas Peterson 3 minutes and 12 seconds in the very first round. We did pick Thomas Peterson with a big risk. I mean, he was a plus 300 underdog. I think got bet up a little bit, but when you're that high at heavyweight, you're going to get bet up usually. So, but yeah, Shamil Gaziev, the meme lives on, gets a win against Thomas Peterson. I mean, you talked about exciting heavyweights that people want to see. I mean, this guy is kind of carving his path into that, factor of heavyweight. Not to say that he has the skills of Aspinall or Cyril Gahn, or John Jones for that matter, but he's one of those guys where he's getting finishes. He's he's a meme, so people are like excited to see him. And when you get first round finishes a heavyweight, that's the standard. That's what people want to see. So, did you catch that one? The Shamil Gaziev only lost to Rosenstrike, putting together another win. What'd you think of that fight?
I think it's good, man. He's 14-1. So I feel like I don't know, man. So I feel like he's got like that face, dude. Obviously the meme. Uh, he's got that face where people want to watch. It's just
Yeah.
like that guy that we had, or the UFC had that was breakdancing and stuff like that. As a
Breakdance.
heavyweight, he's a big boy, dude.
Breakdancing. Um,
Man, dude, let me find a name. Um, he's a big dude, man. Big dude. He's got like dreads and stuff.
you got me.
Really? Oh man, if I wasn't so bad at names.
Is it like older or like is this more recent?
He came from, I want to say he came from Bellator. or the PFL or somebody, and they signed him. He came in on a short notice
And
fight.
he's a heavyweight?
Yeah, he's a heavyweight. Let me see if I
Hmm.
can find him. Hold on. But Kazeev, um, look good, man.
Yeah.
Look good. 14-1. I'm not too familiar with what he did before the UFC, but clearly the record speaks for itself.
Yeah, that only loss coming in a main event spot against Jairzinho Rosenstrike. And you know
Man,
what? It says that he lost by retirement 5 minutes like at the end of round four. I don't remember that. Did his corner throw
we
in the
talked
towel?
we talked about this I think the last episode because we were all confused by this. We are
Well,
like,
no,
what is
that
it?
was Rainier de Ritter has a loss by retirement.
Oh, then
Yeah.
I don't that's just weird then, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back because I remember watching that fight, but I can't remember what happened at the end of the fourth round. I guess maybe his corner threw in the towel, or maybe, or was that when his like I forget. But yeah, looks like the not too many notable organizations, at least ones that I recognize before the UFC. Yeah.
That guy's name is Chris Barnett.
Oh, Chris Barnett. Yeah, the guy who injured himself like jumping up and down before he fought who was it? Who did he fight?
I couldn't tell you.
He got finished by him. Oh, wasn't it was it one of the Tafas?
Jeez, if you lost to the Tafas, man, dude, there's something with those Tafas, dude. They've got the bodies of heavyweights, but they're just like they go in there with like no, it's almost like no game plan. They just come out swinging, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. You know this is
Who did
whatever
he lose to?
oh no,
Justin?
he lost to Kennedy and Zechiku. You know that guy?
Kennedy and Zechiku.
Yeah.
No.
He's what is he? He's a Nigerian guy. He's like really tall, like really tall. He just beat where are we at here? He just beat Lucas Brzeski in December. Won a performance of the night, first round KO.
It's not ringing any bells, and I don't know.
You'd probably recognize him.
If I
Oh,
seen him.
he's the only guy to beat Carlos Olberg. He beat Carlos
Oh,
Olberg in his
okay.
debut.
Yep, I lost money on that fight. I'll
Yeah,
never
rip.
forget that. Yep, I lost money on that fight. Oberg bounced back since then, so it's all
Yes, he
good.
did.
It's all
Olberg.
good.
I would call a what? A 7 fight win streak. I would call that a bounce back for
The
Carlos Olberg.
and the only thing with Oberg is, um, he fights at light heavyweight, right?
Yes.
I just is it what is he ranked at right now?
Uh, I'm on. Let's
Let me
see.
see.
Oh, number 6.
Number 6. Let me
Yep.
get a look at this real quick. Um, yes, he is at number 6. The only problem I see for Oberg is the fights I've watched with him. There's not a lot of correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's that good on the ground.
I can't remember seeing him.
I feel like he got taken down one fight and he was just struggling to get up.
Yeah, I can't remember any like distinct grappling exchanges with him. But I know like when he fought Alonzo Menafield, I mean, he just came right out the gate, and
Yeah.
Alonzo Menafield came out the gate too. But then Olberg was the one who got the better of the exchange.
Well, yeah,
Um,
we like Oberg because he's exciting.
right,
He's got hands,
right.
man. And if you look at everybody above him, Jamal Hill, Geary, Ankalaev is the only one that I can see actually sitting there and wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can say Jan because of what he did to Adesanya, but um, everybody else, man, they're pretty much Khalil Roundtree. They're throwing hands, man.
Yeah.
Johnny Walker, Dominic Reyes. Um, yeah, Olberg's fighting soon, isn't he?
Let's see.
He's on that March 18th card, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Carlos Olberg, Tapology. Let's see. He has a fight booked with Jan Blachowicz, March 22nd. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay,
I
I knew
forgot
that.
about that. I remember they announced that a while ago.
Yeah, that'll be you know what? I'm gonna take Olberg on that one,
Yeah, same,
without a doubt.
same.
I think Blachowicz. I think after this fight, I think he calls it quits.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I just saw this image. It was like a face-off from like whenever it was, like 2020 when Usman was the champ. It was him and Jan Blachowicz like facing off, and the caption was like, "People were talking about this fight, like as, like as if it was gonna happen." Who do you think would have won when they were both champs? Do you think Jan Blachowicz if they met at middleweight?
Um, Jan Blachowicz.
So Jan Blachowicz has to cut a lot of weight, and Usman has to get heavy.
And we're talking about Kamaru, right?
We're talking about Kamaru Usman and Jan Blachowicz, yeah.
Middleweight.
And this is prime. This is when they're both champion.
Um, Dude, Jan is just a big dude, man.
Yeah. I mean, look what he did to Izzy. Now imagine what he could do to a welterweight.
Yeah, that's. I think that say he didn't like have any weight cut issues, and somehow, some way, he was just like a regular at 170. Even at a catch weight at like 185 or something.
Mm.
Um, I think I think Kamaru takes him. I think a lot of people underestimate Kamaru.
Yeah.
He's obviously really good. He's a really good wrestler, and I a lot of people underestimate his hands, and I think he surprised and kind of said, "Hey guys, I got hands too." When he knocked out Masvidal, the Kobe thing didn't really. I don't know. That didn't tell me like anything really because I mean Kobe's chin is just it's never been like one of those things where like, oh dude, Kobe's got a chin, you know what I mean? So I don't know if he broke his jaw or not. I don't know. He could have just had his mouth open and he landed a good one and boom, there goes a jaw.
Right.
But I think that Kamaru beats Mr. Polish Power if they did meet in their primes. With Kamaru having good knees,
Yeah.
I think that he out wrestles him, and I think that he puts up a good fight on the feet too. So, what
Yeah,
do you
I
think?
agree. Yeah, unless I mean you can imagine the fight going any number of ways, but man, Prime Kamaru, that was he was another one of those guys when I was first getting
Yeah,
into the sport, he was the champion. It was like this guy, he's the real deal. Did he have like an 11 fight win streak or something crazy like that?
it was something good. He was literally the Nigerian nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people didn't want to see Kamaru across from them. Um, Towards his the early part of his career, he was a big wrestling guy. Obviously, I mean, he's always going to be a wrestling guy, but he was very like um, a wrestling first approach versus like towards his later years. You can see that with like Hamzat, with Kobe, with Masvidal, with Leon. He trusted his hands more, and that could be because of Trevor Whitman.
Mm.
Maybe that helped him out, leaving Henry Hooft and all that. Um, but you never know, man. I think that dude's got hands, man.
Yes, yeah. And speaking of hands, Ferris ZM, guy we picked as part of our underdog parlay. He got a decision victory. For what I remember, didn't Mike Davis? He was doing well in the first round. I believe he won the first round. I think ZM took rounds 2 and 3, if I'm remembering correctly. I may not be. The fight did go the distance, but I remember thinking ZM won the fight, and he did. But he was one of those underdogs that we picked. What do you think of that fight? Did you tune into that one?
Um, I like money, and he won us some money. A good fight all around, and I'm glad he won us some money.
Yeah, yeah. Hector, can you hear us and can we hear you?
What's up? What's up?
All right, we're in
Oh, good.
business. Yep. Hector is
Perfect.
here. The pod is now whole again. We are
I'm
back.
sorry.
No,
I'm
you're good.
sorry, guys. I had a it was just a promise that I had to fulfill, you
Of
know?
course, of course. All
Yeah,
good. You
Mike.
came in right as we got to the main card, and then we're gonna get into some of the other stuff that we were discussing in the chat. But we were just talking about the first fight on the main card, Fares Ziam versus Mike Davis. Fares Ziam, one
Bro,
of our picks, who pulled it off.
bro, that was nasty. You guys saw that the leg lock that he was doing on
Yeah,
Siam?
dude, his knee was
Man,
bending
how
all sorts of ways.
flexible is
Yeah.
that guy, man?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to put him up there in the Tony Ferguson category.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and
That
he
was
didn't even
wild.
make a face, man. That was
Yeah,
nuts,
it was
brother.
good to see. Speaking of underdogs that we picked that went the distance and won, Vinicius Oliveira. And man, did you guys see him after the fight? His ribs were hurting. He was hurt bad, and he pulled it out of the fire. Another one of those where I thought he likely lost the first round and came back and won the last two. We had the situation in the first fight of the night where the judges robbed Jamal Pogues. Thought, something similar might happen with Said Nurmagomedov, but the judges got it right as far as I saw it. I thought Vinicius Oliveira won. He was our consensus top pick of the day. What'd you guys think of that fight and his performance?
Honestly, I didn't see that. You're talking about the heavyweight fight, huh?
No, no, no. Vinicius Oliveira and
Okay, okay,
Said.
okay.
Yeah.
Vinicius Oliveira. Man, yeah, I saw the guy winning. I pictured him winning. It was, yeah.
I
I mean,
think, yeah,
the other guy's a Nurmagomedov, but I don't think it's the same Nurmagomedov of the other guy as the other guys.
I think that we finally come to a point where we see Nurmagomedov on a card and we don't see him as a favorite. Obviously, uh, what is it? Vinicius?
Vinicius,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, Vinicius.
he's been on
Um,
fire.
yeah, dude, he made
Yeah,
that thing look easy, dude. I was like, wow. Especially with Nurmagomedov. It's kind of insane when one of their guys gets out wrestled um, and is like not dominant on the ground. Especially when you start getting into like submissions and you're pretty much out grappling the guy. It's kind of crazy to see, man, because we've all had this vision of or this
yeah.
knowing
Unstoppable
of
forces, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
Mhm.
much like they're built in a factory and nobody's gonna beat them. I
yeah.
mean, we've seen that at UFC 311 where what's his name? What's his name? Who
Uh,
lost?
at 311.
Yeah,
Oh, Umar.
Nurmagomedov. Umar lost, and dude,
Yeah,
it's the end. I don't want to say it's the end of the Nurmagomedov, but
not a chance.
yeah, I just
No, what I was saying is that they're not. I mean, they have the name, the same last name, but they're not related at all. They're from Dagestan, but they're not family.
don't
This
they
guy
train
we
together
just
though?
saw.
They're cousins some
I
way,
don't think
Yeah,
somehow.
so.
they're related.
No, they're not. Umar and Kankaviv are related. They're cousins, but Saeed, he's not related at all.
But they train together?
I don't think so.
He
Are
had the
they?
damn yeah,
Hold on.
he has to.
This ain't
No,
right.
This kid
no.
All right, no, I got it. I got it. Yes, Said Nurmagomedov is often mistaken for being directly related to Khabib
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov, but they are not close relatives. Said and Khabib share the same last name and are both from Dagestan. However, they are not brothers or cousins.
I'm telling you
so
guys.
they don't train together.
Uh,
I don't think so.
let's see. No, Said Nurmagomedov does not train with Khabib Nurmagomedov or his
Yeah.
team.
Okay, so
Uh,
he's giving him a bad name. Either way,
Two,
it's
two,
Daggy wrestling that's going down.
yeah, two different approaches, bro. He's more like a stand-up guy. He
Yeah.
he 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 throws crazy shit. More like Savit. Remember Savit?
Yeah, dude, how could I
Magomed
ever forget
Sharkov?
him? Yeah, that dude was a beast, dude. He put,
Yeah,
we never got to see him in Yair, but
man, that would be
fudge,
fire.
man, that'd have been so sick, dude.
Forgot to congratulations are in order. Vinicius Oliveira and Said Nurmagomedov won fight of the night.
And they
Yeah, that
won us
So
some
was
money too, so
congratulations to the both of them.
yeah, that
good,
was such a great fight.
good. But yeah, this just goes to show. And obviously everything I said about the Nurmagomedov name being dethroned, let's just go ahead and start saying Daggy Wrestling, um, because he's from Dagestan, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
also the Pirates from Dagestan. He has no
but
grappling
yeah, but it's
at
because
all.
we finally learned that he wouldn't cut his hair, so
Yeah.
he went to go train at a different gym, and I think that the
Yeah,
gym was more so heavier in the kickboxing than a wrestling.
yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that even Islam said it. Like he started doing Taekwondo,
Yeah,
and then he jumped to
Sambo.
wrestling, and then Sambo. So what I'm saying is that they train a lot of different sports. It's just not wrestling. I mean, they're known for the wrestling and like all that area, all that part of Russia, like the Chechnya and all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there is a lot more to talk about. I mean, to talk about the other guy, we saw him in the fight. Remember, Abe, the Chanko guy? He trains with Islam. He's
And
like a 10-time Muay Thai champion of the world, and he's Daggy.
yeah, it's definitely crazy, and I feel like it's a stereotype that we think just because they're daggies,
Right.
yeah, they can wrestle.
Right.
Um, yeah. Uh, Either way, I like Vinicius
Yeah, he's
Oliveira,
a beast.
and I think he's on a upward trend here, man.
Right. I
Really good
agree.
performance, and um, I think he's going to be a tough guy to beat.
Right, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, well, before we move off of the Vinicius Oliveira Said Nurmagomedov fight, wanted to bring this up. The main character of this film I just watched the other night, his name was Said, spelled the same way. So I thought that was pretty odd that I watched it close to a Said Nurmagomedov fight. But that film, and for any of you who are curious, is La Haine from 1995.
Dude,
You
at this
guys,
point, we need a. This has got to be a part of the show because this is the second week you come out with a movie.
it's actually the
Third,
fourth. I think it's the third.
Yeah.
It's at
you
least the
see,
third,
Yeah, it's a
maybe the fourth.
30.
this has got to be its own segment where you're bringing out a movie.
Yeah, La Haine.
Josh's movie this week.
Well, this is 1995, directed by I don't even know who directed this. Matthew Kassovitz. So yeah, La Haine, 1995, Matthew Kassovitz. It's a French film, but it is one of the coolest narratives I've ever seen. It was in black and white, stylistically. 1995. If you're making a black and white film, that's a stylistic choice, and I think they really rocked it. So if you guys are ever in the mood to watch a French film, there's plenty of great ones. But La Haine,
Are you a big movie
1995,
guy?
without a doubt, yeah.
Okay, we didn't know that. All right,
Oh,
so
you didn't?
now, oh, dude, this is a big this is a segment to the show. Is every week you got to have some sort of movie that
Yep.
ties into the pod.
Without, yeah. I believe the first one was the color. Okay, yeah, it was three. The first one was The Color of Pomegranates because we were talking about Armin, and that's an Armenian film.
Yep.
Then we talked about the Izzy documentary.
No, then okay. The third one was one about Mexico.
Yeah, the third
Yeah.
one was Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Garcia kid. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and now
yeah,
we
dude.
have La Haine, which, by the way, in French means the hate. It's a
Huh.
really intense film. Awesome movie. Ending was great. Would recommend it to anybody. Even if you're not into foreign cinema, it might be the one that flips that switch. It's really
Subtitles.
good. Yeah, subtitles, they work. There's a lot of funny dialogue. Yeah, awesome movie. Yeah. But
Good man.
Nice. I
Saeed,
probably watched
Saeed,
like 10 full movies in my life.
your whole
dude,
life.
dude,
I
me too.
watched 10 I
Yeah,
watched 10 full movies like last week.
I'm not a big movie guy, man.
Well, hopefully I'll get to get you guys into some of the more obscure relics of the cinematic landscape. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Look
Sounds
forward to
good.
it.
Oh, you know
I'm up
what? I
for it.
forgot. I brought up another movie. I talked about Santa Sangre, that Mexican one.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, this La Haine is now movie number 5. We've been doing this for quite a
I'm
bit
telling you,
now.
dude. Every week you find a way to tie in a movie. So let's keep it going, man. This is a new segment.
Yep.
We need to come up with a cool name.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. Yeah, I watched the cool one tonight, but we'll have to save that for next week. Maybe if I could tie it in.
Good.
Yeah, right before the pod, watch the really cool one.
I like
Um,
it.
but back to the card at hand. Tom Aspinall had something to say about the feature bout, the heavyweight fight between Sergey Pavlovich and Jairzinho Rozenstruik. May his UFC contract rest in peace. Did get cut after this performance. I saw some speculation that maybe they're reworking his contract, and it's just one of those things where he's gonna get signed again, but he got cut
No,
now.
you
Yeah,
never have that hat. I've been a fan of the UFC for however many years. Nobody gets cut just to restructure a contract.
right.
They restructure the contract before anything, and they don't even let the contract yet, unless you're one of those guys like a Colby, where you're on your last fight and you're going to get cut after, and there's knowing you're like knowingly this is it, and you like impress and start up a storm in Brazil, and then they offer you an extension. That's a different one, but I've never seen them cut a guy and then literally rework a deal and sign him back like the next day, like or the next week. Like it just doesn't work like that. If they're cutting you, they're cutting you.
Right.
They're not going to give you a chance to get signed elsewhere. It's You've
Yeah.
seen it time and time again. They're going to give you. I mean, even if you look at Izzy, like Izzy signed a an 8 fight deal with the UFC. I think he's the most. They're the highest paid fighter in the UFC right now currently,
Mm.
and he signed that deal. I think 3 fights ago. Is he going to fight however many times left? 5 more times? No,
I don't know.
no.
Probably not.
They signed that deal to keep their fighters um, who are their top guys in the UFC.
Right, right. Like if they're gonna fight again, it's gonna be with this organization.
Yeah, look at Connor. He's got a 3 fight deal. He's got 2 fights left, and he's pretty much like there's been rumors like he wants out of his contract because he wants to do other things. Um,
BKFC.
yeah, but he's got a 2 fight deal, so he
Right.
technically can't do that unless the UFC grants him that.
Right, yeah. So I guess it really is rest in peace to Biggie Boy. Was fun
You'll
while it
see him in the
lasted.
GFL.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Yeah,
They'll swoop
Or
him up
or
quick.
or the bare knuckle thing.
Yeah, you might see him go bare knuckle. A lot of fighters are doing that and having success.
Ben Rothwell.
Yeah, Ben Rothwell
Yeah,
just got a big win.
the
Yep.
Um,
champion now.
But speaking about getting a win, Sergey Pavlovich snaps his 2 fight skid against Tom Aspinall and Alexander Volkov with a win over Rosenstrike, but wasn't really the most Sergey Pavlovich type win. I mean, for one thing, it went the distance, something Sergey Pavlovich doesn't normally do. And it just wasn't really impressive. Tom Aspinall had something to say about it. He said these heavyweight fights stink. We need something better. And yeah, wasn't really that thrilled with that fight. Was expecting something crazy. Wanted to see Pavlovich get a highlight reel. Instead, just getting the win. But yeah, was not too keen on this fight. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, it was ass. I mean, Pavlovich, he did rock Jarzinho a few times,
Yeah,
but he didn't win for the kill. And it's not like fucking Biggie Boy's black belt.
right.
Yeah, like he had the chance to finish him and he didn't. He saw I saw him hesitant, like I don't know.
It might be that thing of like being on a 2 fight skid. You probably are going to be
Yeah,
hesitant because you don't want to be on a 3 fight skid.
yeah, you just want to win, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't like the performance. I mean, yeah, he won, but I didn't see anything like just like Tom said, like get me fucking at least get me excited, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's what we want.
totally agree with Aspinall. It's just like what we talked about earlier, man.
Yeah.
The heavyweights is it's one of those where it's either going to be good and you're going to get like a Tuivasa in his prime where he was knocking people out and doing shoeys. It's entertaining to watch, or you're going to get one of those fights where you have who was it? Was it Jelton I made, or who was it that whatever fight I seen.
The Black Beast and
oh yeah,
Master Francis Ngannou.
that was boring too.
That was one of the worst.
Yeah, it was like probably one of the worst fights in UFC history. But that's what you get with UFC, man. It's literally the first round. Literally, once you get past the first round, the guys are already tired. They're gassed, and you're gonna see just the slow and bigger guys go at it, and it's not fun to watch, man. Aspinall's in shape, comes with speed, power. It's just fun to watch, man, all around. We talked about earlier, I think they need to revamp the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And yeah, just revamp it. Sign guys from Bellator, take guys from the PFL, add them to the Dana White Contender Series or something. Because I know a while ago they wanted to cut, what was it, the flyweights? They wanted to cut that division because
I heard about that.
Yeah, and
now he's one of the most exciting.
Yeah. You see, because it's like you bring in new blood and it's stuff like that, you know. So I hope they did that with the heavyweight division, man, because it can really be a fun division. But you just got to weed out all the guys that are just not good. I mean, I don't see them keeping Tuivasa for much longer. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of the heavyweight division. I think if you've been watching this channel for these 9 episodes, I think you know that. I think that we know Josh is the biggest heavyweight guy here.
That's right.
And we're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I see more chances of Tuivasa staying just because he's entertaining and people love him.
Yeah, I can see that, but his fights aren't good anymore.
I mean, he's getting his ass whooped, but
well,
but he's excited. Like,
yeah,
he either gets knocked the fuck out or he knocks the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah, but when's the last time he won? I think he's on like a 4-fight skid.
Yeah, all knockouts. Like,
yeah, he's getting knocked out.
Yeah, I mean that's exciting. That's what
I mean,
I guess so. But I mean, if that's the case, then Tony's exciting because he's.
Nah, I mean Tony, it's an 8-5 losing streak, you know.
Yeah, he's in the GFL, and I think we should go to his first fight. We should go to his first GFL fight.
Where's that at?
They haven't announced it yet, but I know they're coming out with.
It's right here it's right here in the bar, like in the corner of my house.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I think that they're coming out with a card soon because Holly Holm, the preacher's daughter, who Hector is in love with, she posted a video today saying that she's going to be in fight camp soon.
I'm sorry, Hector's face when you said that.
I love Holly Holm.
Oh, God, don't we all?
So now we've come full circle. Speaking of coming full circle, hey, Shara Bullet took his first loss. I flip-flopped for the wrong reasons. Oh, it was horrible. Yeah. I had MVP originally, switched my pick like a fool, and MVP. I mean, granted, it wasn't the striking masterclass we all thought it was going to be. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but I wasn't screaming at my TV. That came later. But what did you guys think of that one? I thought MVP definitely won. What did you think of Shara taking his first loss?
Yeah, I saw it coming. I just knew that Shara was not gonna shoot. We know he comes to bang. He's really good. He's really fast. But we know that MVP is about the same level of striker, and he's not gonna shoot either. So we're gonna have a kickboxing match where I don't see nobody beating MVP, to be honest. If you don't mix it up, wrestling, all the grappling and the striking, you're not gonna beat MVP.
What about Yuri Prohaska?
Jerry, I think. I mean, there's weight classes for a reason, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he beats Jerry, to be honest. Plus, Jerry's super long.
Didn't he talk about going up to 205?
I did hear some talk about that.
Yeah, he wouldn't do well there.
He said it right. He said that he wanted Jerry.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do well. No. I don't see it.
Yeah,
we've seen it
it's too
before.
much.
Yeah, it's way too
Too
much.
much.
Jury's
Yeah,
too much of a there's like you said, there's weight classes for a reason.
right.
Jury is way bigger than MVP. I
Yeah,
think at that point he would have bit off more than he can chew. Shara, uh, I can't remember what my take was. I think
you
I
said
said
Shara.
I said it was hard
You
to go
did
against
say Shara.
MVP though because he's a vet, and he's got all the experience, and clearly he proved that. Shara just didn't look like he was there, and I don't like that he came out and said that he was kind of gave an excuse like, oh, I was on, or what do you say? He was going through a health
Yeah,
condition or
I did
something.
hear that.
Yeah,
Like, come on, man, just take it like a champ.
right.
Had he won, this would have never been known or nothing like that. Just you took it, just take it on the chin, man.
Yeah, take it under the chin.
There you
With
go, pun intended.
Whew.
There you go.
Yeah. Speaking about taking it on the chin, it's about time we get to this. Israel Adesanya took another loss to Nasruddin Imavov by way of TKO in the second round, 30 seconds into the second round. Not a lot of
Yeah,
people hyped to see that result. I mean, a lot of people were, but I guess, yeah, let me backtrack that. Izzy has a lot of haters, and Nasruddin has fans in France and Dagestan, you would have to imagine. But Izzy, the main conversation that I saw is that he's still a legend. Everybody's bringing that up that no matter what he does, no matter what happens after this, even Strickland was saying it, his legacy's cemented. But you really don't want to see that happen. We were all saying we'd like to see Izzy get back in the win column. He did not. I watched that fight with my buddy, the Israel Adesanya super fan. He was despondent. And
you cried.
he didn't cry. I mean, the lights were out, so maybe he did, but I just didn't notice. But yeah, he was not in a good headspace after that one. What were you guys thinking? 30 seconds into the second round.
Man, I felt some type of way to be honest because he was looking really good. Like I thought, like this round he's gonna take that the front leg out and he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants with
Right.
with the Mabov. And then all of a sudden, I just think he's not the cut to 185. It's just affecting him in a big way. Like he's not able to take the punches that he used to take anymore. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Something like Pereira, something like that.
Yeah, but he's also what 36 now.
Yeah. Also,
Somewhere.
Pereira is 26, 36
Well,
too.
no,
37.
Poltan's 38.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
so he
Ade-
probably made the decision to go up at 36.
oh, but
Yeah.
Izzy's 36.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be, father time. Obviously, we know this father time catches up to everybody. Um, I I don't know, man, because Izzy looked really good before he got put out, but he
yeah,
also in his last fight he looked very good as well.
Right.
yeah,
I thought he
Uh,
won the first round of this one.
yeah, 100%.
yeah.
By
He
by
did.
Yeah,
by the way,
Yes,
Izzy is 35.
okay, 35. I was off, but
he's not
uh,
old.
but in MMA you kind of are owed at 35. At that
But
point, you're starting to think like, okay, I gotta either speed things up or slow it down.
yeah, but we got to take into consideration that it's the higher weight classes.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
dude, I think Izzy is too small for 205.
man, I don't know.
I know you think that. I know you think
He's
he's,
huge, like
He's 6'4".
6'4".
yeah, but he doesn't have like the frame.
He's
Like,
Like
skinny.
yeah, he's
I'm
very like
180.
lanky.
I'm 185.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like you're going up to 205, and those guys look at Bolton. He's literally 235, and he's cutting to 205. Like
Yeah,
you're cutting 30 pounds, man. All that muscle is once you rehydrate, you're right back at it. Like you're pretty much gonna bully Izzy,
Yeah.
and it's just I don't
You
know.
guys remember? You guys remember? I just want to set this example. You guys remember when Max Holloway went up for to 205 to 155?
155, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Against
like, when did
who?
that happen?
Yeah, he looked really bad. But I'm guessing he was a champion at the moment, the featherweight
Oh
champion.
wait, the first time he went up.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I see it like he didn't take it serious. Like he thought he was gonna win regardless of whatever the fuck. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think the second time he did it smart. Like he looked big for that division
When he
Well, he
fought
looked, yeah,
Gaethje.
when
yeah,
he fought Gaethje, and the result just show that
yeah. Well, he looked good.
that was the case.
I think he said the first time that he went up to lightweight, he did it in a bad way. He just
Yeah,
yeah
that's what
he
I'm
ate.
saying.
Yeah, he did it like in an unhealthy way.
Yeah, he
Um,
looked fat.
yeah, and then this time around looked really good. It looked like he put in
Yeah,
the work. Obviously put the pounds on good, like healthy pounds,
yeah,
muscle. But I mean, Max has always been big too for 45. So
yeah.
uh,
He looked good this time, not the first time when he lost to
yeah,
Porter.
yeah. I
But
mean, I
what I'm
guess you could
trying to
say
say
that.
with this is that maybe just for Izzy to let go the idea of 185, like
Yeah.
let it go completely and just put on muscle.
And get that
Just
Yeah,
third Poeton fight.
yeah.
no, you don't want that at 205, dude. That's lights out.
I
Well, it
mean,
is, but I mean,
it's mental too.
Yeah, but
it's
I
1-1
mean,
in
I don't
MMA.
know. Yeah,
Plus, you're gonna you don't know what you're gonna see from Izzy. What I'll say is that he just let go 185 and goes and invests all his energy in 205 and
yeah,
get a fight in there.
but then it's
Probably fight I'm saying fight Johnny Walker. And if you lose to Johnny Walker, just erase social media and go somewhere to an island in the Pacific or something.
yeah, but the problem is with going up like Izzy relies on his speed at 185. So I mean, you figure you're throwing on what 20 pounds or
Yeah.
15 pounds, 20 pounds, right? And yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also known that when a little guy goes up, like a smaller guy goes up, the speed it's an advantage.
they're
I mean, I heard
heavier,
that from DC
but I mean, look at you
and
can
these
see
other
that with
guys.
like Davison. He looks good
Yeah,
at his current weight class.
Yeah.
And I think that it'll benefit some people. I think Davison was always too big for was he a flyweight,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
flyweight.
He was way too big for that division, and he always had trouble cutting weight.
Ooh,
Always had bad weight cuts. I
yeah.
think when you're like that, I think then you move up, and it'll do you good.
He
Like
actually missed weight a couple times, right?
yeah, yeah. So like when you're like that, I think then you got to move up. Like
Yeah,
Volkan was having these nasty weight cuts at 185. You don't have that anymore, and you're at 205. You're still cutting weight, but not as much.
yeah,
Power, speed definitely transfers over. But I
yeah.
don't know.
What?
I don't know for Izzy, man. I think that if he puts any more weight on, he's not going to be the same. He's not going to be lanky, or yeah, I mean he'll still be lanky, but he's not going to be as like a sniper as we think of
Yeah.
him.
I mean, he's still a world class
Oh yeah, the skill's still
striker.
there. The skill's still there, but I mean throwing 25, 30 pounds on,
And
he's going to have to take weight. He's going to have to
what
take
I'm
time
trying
off.
to say is that okay, you're not able to take the punches anymore at 185. We
Mm-hmm.
saw what happened to Poirier. We saw what happened with Poatan. We saw what happened with many cases, and they go up and they're able to take the punches. What I'm trying to say is that he has a chance in that regard, like being able to take a punch and probably find himself some success in that division. I think he still has a chance, but it has to be in light heavyweight. I don't think he's I don't think he did it right the first time because I truly think he underestimated Jan Polish power.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I think he did too because he went up there and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do this and that," and he
yeah,
just ended up getting out wrestled. I don't even think he. I think
yeah.
he said he didn't even train wrestling or something. Or
And he was undefeated, and he was
yeah,
the champion. He was beating everybody's ass. So he got comfortable.
it's that
He
ego, man.
underestimated it.
Yeah, it's that ego.
Yeah. So I think he has a really good he has a really good case, in my opinion.
You know what? Let's
Uh,
see it. Let's see. Is
what's
he
the
at
worst can
205?
happen? What's the worst
Uh,
that can happen?
well, the only issue with that is like he's gonna have to do like a transformation. Look at what John Jones did. He took 3 years to build his body.
Yeah.
Izzy doesn't have that time.
All right, jumping back into it. Abe had to go do a task. I went and ate a yogurt and got a glass of water. Hector got some fish tacos, but we're back in
Fish,
action. Yeah, what? You don't like
Wait,
fish?
they were
pescado de qué?
fucking amazing, bro. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's tilapia.
Ah, nah, dude. Tilapia is the dirtiest fish in the water.
Nah, that's a carp.
I I know. Do you know how they grow the tilapias, right?
No,
Yeah, they use them to treat the black waters. I don't know how they call them here. I'm just translating from Spanish to English.
what
I'm
is it?
thinking Spanish and translating to English. Like all the sewage water.
Ah,
They
No.
filtrate it. Yeah, wait. They filtrate it like the bigger stuff, and then it goes to the smallest, then goes to another room, and then goes smaller, and then the last process is when it's just like the human feces, basically.
So wait,
it's
what? The
it's
fish eat the shit?
Yeah, so they throw a whole herd of fish, of tilapias, and they eat the shit, and that's how they clean the water.
What
and,
the?
and you're telling me that's what you're eating right now,
And then they sell them, and they use them for food, for
No,
human
that
food.
can't be.
On
dude? I
God,
showed
bro.
you.
I
It's
I,
refuse
the
to believe
let,
that.
it's the dirtiest
I'll
fish in the water, bro. I'm
I'll
I
telling
send
ref
it to
you,
you. I'll send it to you.
I refuse to believe
dude.
that.
It's literally
The
the dirtiest
tilapia
fish in
I'm
the water,
eating has eaten shit before. My
dude.
shit. Human
Yeah.
Dude,
shit. What the fuck? No. No.
Yes, tilapia are used to help filter wastewater in some water treatment plants. Tilapia are also used to reduce organic waste in ponds.
Okay, but I'm not what the tilapia that the sewer owns, they're selling them to the fish market after they're done snacking on diarrhea?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
No, that
yeah.
can't be. Look, I'll grant that they're in the sewers eating shit or whatever, but those fish are not getting sold at the fish market. They'd stink.
Yes. Have about 300,000 tilapia and carp in here, right? To get rid of a lot of the particulates. Particulate. Yes.
Poop.
I'm not hearing that they're selling these poop fish.
To a harvest size.
Hold on.
Them out and sell them.
Sell them.
This fish that help purify the dirty water by eating uneaten fruit and food. Will then be sold on the market for people to eat. Right. Exactly.
What the? No, no. I I'm
Hey,
gonna need
but
more
why
than
why are
that.
you eating tilapia tacos?
Oh Lord,
That's
man,
gross, dude.
I'm broke. What the fuck?
That's gross.
I don't have money for salmon.
Dude, salmon's some good stuff.
I have a can of pink salmon. I don't have any raw salmon, which is much better, but I got a can of the
You
pink
got to get the
salmon.
salmon from Costco.
I
Yeah.
don't even know where a fucking Costco is.
Around
Honestly, I'm not a
you,
big
yeah.
fan. I'm not a big fan of of fish, but my sister cooked the fish taco. So
Well, I love fish. I love mackerel. I love sardines. I love tuna. I love salmon. I'm a fish fan.
yeah.
But a place where they do a lot of fishing, you'd have to imagine, is Australia, where the next UFC pay-per-view, UFC 312, is going to be. But instead of going through breaking down the whole card, I'll throw out some picks that I had. But before we get into that, the unofficial, and it is unofficial as far as I know, the unofficial backup for the middleweight title bout between Dricus du Plessis and former champion Sean Strickland is Kyle Bahayo. He is in the
Hmm.
corner of his teammate Bruno Brazil. for her fight, and he is on championship weight. He said he is ready to go. I have a quote from him, something to the effect that if he missed this opportunity, he'd never be able to forgive himself. So, what do you guys think if if we get another pay-per-view pullout like we did on the last one, that Kyle Bahayo is going to be stepping in? What do you guys think of that?
I think it's for one, I think it's weird that he is training with somebody else in his weight class that he's might have to fight someday.
Yeah, I did see that Sean Strickland did meet up with the Fighting Nerds.
Yeah, I think that's very weird. Um, Obviously, when people fight each other, like in the same camp, they split. One goes one gym, the other one stays. Uh, I think that'll hurt Kyle because he's teaching Strickland how to be better on the ground,
Right.
jujitsu. So it's like you're training your competition really, and
Yeah,
I
but
don't know. That just doesn't make
I
sense
mean,
to me.
you're not gonna learn something in a
That
few
yeah, that
days.
quick.
Something that I mean, he's been a grappler all his life. So
Yeah, but I'm saying like you're gonna show somebody your moves. Like say this guy's got a special way to get into an armbar or something. Strickland's gonna be like, okay, he's got this special armbar I gotta watch out for.
yeah, I don't think he's concerned about it. I think that's confidence talking, and that's fucking with
Yeah,
your opponent's mind too. Plus, from what I saw on it was 310 when we went to LA.
311.
311. Yeah. I mean, it's almost impossible, like for the fighters not to see each other because they're all in one place. They own the hotel, and
Hmm.
I mean, they're nice to each other. Like I've seen.
I mean, Oliveira and Saeed
Mixed.
were playing ping pong before their fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You see.
I've got a good story, and this is probably not known to anybody ever. So we're breaking news here. So
Woo!
give me a little kaboom, little edit. There you go. And make sure you throw like a little edit in there when you do the little hands and just make it look cool or a drum roll or something.
We'll make it
Uh,
look cool.
cool. All right.
Breaking. Oh, here, hold on. I'll cue you in. Three, two, one.
The brawl between, or I wouldn't say the brawl, the famous moment at the Barclays Center between Conor McGregor and Habib Nurmagomedov, with Conor throwing the dolly through the bus window, was staged.
No.
Yeah.
Says who?
So I was at the Barclays Center last week, and I kind of like made buddies with one of the guys, one of the stagehands there, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, dude, by chance, do you know anybody like any of these guys that you work with at like a UFC fanatic?" And he's like, "Let me guess, the Conor McGregor thing." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, it happened right there. Me and him were literally right there next to him." And they told us, they said he's gonna throw this through the window, and I said, well, what about like him going to jail and um like him doing community service and stuff like that? And he's like, dude, he said he went above what he was supposed to do. Um, but he did hurt people, which obviously wasn't staged, but he wasn't supposed to hurt anybody.
Right.
But
Was
that
he
dolly,
supposed to throw the dolly though? Like that
yeah,
was the plan?
yeah, that's what they told the stagehands. They said, I guess they were just standing there somewhere in the back, and they said he's supposed to throw the dolly through the window. And I said, no way, man. There's no way. And he said, listen, man. He said, you've been here now. You understand how hard it is to get down here. So where the dolly all takes place is pretty much downstairs, because when you walk upstairs into the Barclays Center, you're on whatever like street level. When you take the elevator down, you're literally below ground.
Okay.
So you have to go through security, all sorts of machines to get there. And that day, Dana was like, well, I didn't even know Connor was in the building. I don't know how he got in. He wasn't supposed to be allowed in the building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe
And,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
because he said the Mac Live guys opened the doors for all his crew.
yeah,
So if that wasn't staged, they would have fucking got fired
that's what I'm
and
saying.
never heard of again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I,
so there's no way
I,
to do that because the
yeah,
Barclay Center is heavily secured. They have literally security guards at every door.
yeah.
And even like for us, seeing us every day, they asked us for our credentials every single day.
Mm.
So he was like, dude, you're telling me that he walked in upstairs, came right down here with a camera crew, and did all that. He was like, dude, he told me, he's like, they literally told me what he was gonna do before he even got down here.
Wow. Like now the UFC did that or Connor's crew?
I
No,
don't
no,
think
no,
the
no, no,
UFC.
no, no. So not Connor's crew.
I just can't see the UFC like risking putting fighters in danger because
He
people
wasn't.
dig.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to break the window.
Was
He
you
was
just
supposed
supposed
to
to hit
throw.
the bus with
Yeah,
it?
he was supposed to throw the dolly at the bus, and he
Who?
ended up going above and beyond and literally throwing it through the window. And he said, yeah, he threw it. There was actual glass. People actually got hurt. And he said that he also didn't really do anything. Like once he got whatever they took him all, they took him away to jail. Whatever they fined him because he wasn't supposed to do all that, but he didn't do any community service. It's like, dude, he's got money. He didn't do any of that.
Who was the person who said they needed therapy after that? It was a UFC fighter. I think it was a woman.
It was.
They were on the bus and they said they had like PTSD from the incident.
It was. It wasn't Rose, but Rose was on that bus. She was
Yeah.
on there
Yeah,
with Pat Barry. But I don't think it was her. I think she got hit with like a shard of glass, but some other dude had glass in his eye.
yeah.
Oh,
Fucking Ray Borg
Okay.
and what's the name of this welterweight? Chiesa,
Oh,
oh,
Michael
Michael
right?
Chiesa.
Chiesa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, there you go. But yeah, dude, I was like, dude, I was as stunned as you are, dude. I said, what? You're telling me it was staged? He's like, dude, they literally told me that he was gonna throw that before he threw that. And I
yeah.
said,
Well,
I believe it.
I said,
well,
wow, dude.
that's a rip. Um,
Dude, tell me about it. I'm sitting here like, dude, what else have they been lying to us about?
right, yeah. I don't like that. Yeah. You guys have any picks for this card from the early prelims to the main? Any picks for the people? Can we put together a parlay? I have my parlay. If you guys want to build off of that or take some picks out, or put some in, um,
I tailed that.
good, good. I'll share that right now. Anybody who is watching this is the parlay that I put together that Abe took. These are the odds at the time of me editing this video, which will be on Thursday, so odds are subject to change. I did make the parlay. Tom Noland, one of the underdog legs, when I originally took the bet, or not took the bet, but put the parlay together. Tom Noland was sitting at, let me see here. Where are we at? Tom Noland was sitting at a plus 118. He has since been bet down to a plus 102. So the money is coming in on Tom Noland. He may even get bet up to the favorite. He is taking on Vyacheslav Borshov, the Russian out of Team Alpha Male contender series guy, but so is Tom Nolan. But if the trend continues, Tom Nolan may take that favorite. So hopefully, if you're seeing this, this video will be posted Friday. So if you're seeing this Friday and Tom Nolan is still the underdog, I say take him. But even if he gets bet up to the favorite, I say take him too. And along with Tom Nolan, the other underdog on the parlay is Jack Jenkins, another contender series guy. I know that in one of his wins, it didn't look like it was his win. It looked like he may have won a robbery. I can't remember the fight exactly, but I remember that being the sentiment afterwards. But other than that, I don't think has Jack Jenkins lost in the UFC.
Yeah, he lost to Chepe.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Good eye. I forgot about that
Yeah,
one. Yeah. I think that was his only loss in the UFC, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. Let me
yeah.
check
It
here.
was
Yeah, 3-1.
an injury, like a doctor
Verbal
stoppage.
sub. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, verbal sub against Chepe. Shout out to Chepe. Love watching him fight. Always excited to see him whenever
freaking
he's on a card.
savage.
Yeah, shout out to Chepe. But then other than Tom Nolan and Jack Jenkins, who are the two underdogs, by the way, Jack Jenkins at the time of recording is sitting at a plus 186, odds subject to change by the time I edit it. But the other two legs, they're both favorites. One of them is a decent favorite, which you guys see I normally stay away from. Anything in the 200 range, minus 200 range, I'm a little iffy on. But at a minus 225, I don't think we could ignore Cody Steele. I think Cody Steele coming in against Rong Zhu. I think Cody Steele is going to maul the
Yeah,
guy. The way he looked on the
yeah,
Contender Series, the hype he carried in,
yeah.
well deserved
I
odds, and
agree.
I think a good spot in a parlay.
Yeah,
Yeah, put it. Yeah.
um, I got a parlay that I'm gonna place when we hung up, and it's Cody. It's Alexander Topuria,
Okay.
Buying
Jake
into the
Matt,
hype.
Jake Matthews, Texeira, and Wei Lee.
Okay,
Whaley Chang.
Yeah,
I like the Teixeira pick. That is the fourth and final leg in my parlay, so we do have a common leg there.
yeah,
You said you're picking Topuria's brother. What
yeah.
is it the late notice replacement or is it the last name?
No, it's just the. I mean, he trains with the world champion, and it's known that their team is not a big team, so he's gonna be prepared. Plus, he's the head coach for his brother, so he knows a thing or two about MMA.
Dare I say that Blood Diamond trains the world champions?
Yeah. Yeah, yep. And we did a little research. Better opponent record on the side of Cody. Do we know how to pronounce this last name?
Thicknesses,
Thicknesses?
is it?
Thick
Thick,
misses?
thick misses? All right. Or Colby. Did I
Or
say Cody?
thicknessy? I don't know.
Thicknessy? Yeah, whatever. Colby. Not Covington.
Thick messy.
Colby Thick.
Kobe Thick.
Uh, yeah. So
Yeah,
he is at the time of recording a plus 310 underdog, late notice replacement against Alexandre Topuria, brother of world champion Ilya Topuria. But we did some research, and Topuria's opponents' combined records we noticed was worse than Colby Thick. If I could find it here, I know. Okay, all right, so yeah, Hector, you sent in the chat the total record of Alexandre Topuria's past opponents combined is 16-49 and 1. One thing I want to add, I did not look. I don't know if that is total combined opponents even after they fought him or if that was their record at the time of fighting him. But I do know because I went through on his Tapology page, Colby Thick, his opponent's combined record at the time of facing him was 27 and 15. So a damn near 2-1 winning ratio for the opponents of Colby. And it's for that reason that I am not telling anybody to put Colby Thick in a parlay. But I mean, at plus 310 for a solo leg, I mean, for that upset, I think it's not a dumb pick. I think if you're looking for that one really heavy underdog that you want to sprinkle on, I think Colby's the pick of the card in that respect. But I would avoid putting him in a parlay.
I think Taboria Alexandre by TKO.
Yeah, yeah. All things
like them.
considered, if I were to bet on this fight, which I'm not going to, but if I were, I would likely throw Topuria in a parlay, and maybe hedge my bet with a Colby straight pick, or maybe like find a Colby finish. I haven't checked his finishing rate or anything, but really try to milk a lot of value out of that big of an underdog. But yeah, I'm not going to be betting on this fight, but yeah, if I had to pick a winner, I mean, it's hard to pick
Yeah.
against the brother of a high class world champion
But
like
let me
that.
tell you, if he gets beat and finished, you can just kiss his UFC career goodbye, dude. By a last minute opponent change, and
Yeah.
there's no coming back from that, dude.
Well, yeah, and it's one of those things where you love to see brothers in the UFC. We have the Bonfim brothers.
The Tafa
Uh,
brothers,
we had the Tafa brothers. We had the Dawkins brothers,
the
The
Chris
Usman
and Joe
Nogueira,
brothers,
Dawkins. They're Philly guys. Shout out.
the Nogueira, back in the day.
Oh yeah, that must be before my time.
Minotauro,
Yeah, Minotauro, Nogueira. They
So,
were, yeah,
by the way,
Usman
Colby.
brothers.
Yeah, the Usman brothers.
yeah.
Yep, forgot about that. We just mentioned Muhammad the last episode. So I'm on Colby's Tapology page. 25 years old, 7-0. Topuria himself is 5-1. So more professional fights, not by much, just one fight, but on the side of Colby. Um, what was I looking for here? Oh yeah, his finishing rate. Looks like he has 4 wins by finish, 3 wins by decision, 2 knockouts, 2 subs, 3 decisions. So, not too. He did finish his last 3 fights though. Ground and pound, rear naked choke, and then elbows, all in round one. By the way, his
Thicknesses.
Yeah, Colby Thick, his last 3 fights were all first round finishes. So he is coming in hot. It looks like he fought for a belt in his previous promotion, Hex Fight Series. Went 3-0 in that promotion. Uh, but yeah, so I'm kind of talking myself into this. I really think that Colby is a sleeper pick. Because I think Topuria is getting a lot of love because of the last name. Uh, and I'm thinking maybe the odds are a little overinflated. Again, I don't know. I haven't seen either of these guys fight ever, so I don't know. But it seems like we might have some inflated odds here. If you guys wanted to get sneaky and hedge your bets, Colby, not a bad pick from what I could surmise. But anyway, you mentioned that you're going to be betting on Wei Lee, betting that Tatiana Suarez is not going to remain undefeated. What makes you confident enough to throw that in the parlay?
Just the championship experience. Um,
Tatiana's a
just
beast.
just the all round game of Wei Lee. I mean, she fought the who's who of like every fucking style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she came back very strong after fighting Rose. Everybody doubted her, like, oh damn, like front kick KO, it's a wrap. Then
Yeah,
she comes back and she beats Joanna Shevchevchek, however you pronounce that. Carlos Barza is boring. Uh, then she beat what's Amanda Lima or
Yep.
Lemos,
Yep.
and then she beat Jan. I'm not sure of her first name, but
Yan Xiaonan.
whatever that is. Yep.
yeah, the other
So
Chinese.
Yep.
I think Tatiana is gonna. It's gonna. There's gonna be a noticeable size difference in the octagon on Saturday. Tatiana's a big girl, dude. She's like got broad shoulders.
Mm.
Um, she's just like she just looks dominant. Um, and I honestly, oh well, Hector went with Wei Lee. I can honestly see Tatiana upsetting, and yeah,
She's the favorite, isn't her?
yeah, she
No,
is.
is
She's a
she?
favorite. Tatiana's a favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
No way.
she is.
Let
Or
me
actually,
see.
I don't know why I said upsetting, but yeah, I can see Tatiana walking off with that championship
Even
belt.
odds on FanDuel, -113 for both sides.
UFC
Even
has it. She's a -122 favorite on the UFC website right now.
Well, it looks like if that was originally the case, that the money is coming in on Zhang. So it looks like people are going the Hector route, throwing some money on Zhang, betting it up to a deadlock pick 'em at -113 each.
I
Not
just
bad odds like that. I love seeing even odds on a fight. It just means, the books, they don't know.
um uh I think listen, man. I know we don't really dissect the the female division.
We
The
really
women's,
should though.
yeah, the
This is a
women's
high level
division.
fight.
Yeah.
This is a high level fight.
But we're getting into it here.
Yeah.
Tatiana, let's say, so this was a long time ago, but she beat Hector's wife, Alexa Grasso. He's actually going to agree there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
I thought you were talking about Jandirova.
And that John Dujova, yeah. Yeah. No, that's what we joke around with, but no. But yeah, she beat Alexa Grasso in 2018 in the first round by submission. She beat Carla Esparza in 2018 by TKO. She beat geez, what is this? Amanda Nunes' wife or partner.
Oh, yeah.
Nina
Nina
Ansaroff.
Nunes. Yeah.
Or Nina, whatever, Antonov. By decision. De La Rosa, whoever that is, by submission. And recently, dude, her last fight was 2 years ago.
Who?
Tatiana.
What?
Yeah, dude, she last fought Jessica Andrade August 5th of 2023. She beat her by submission, second round. Yeah, so dude, she hasn't fought in Jesus. That's why did she take time off? Did she like become a mom or something? Or
Perhaps.
it might have been, I don't know.
Who did?
Tatiana Suarez?
Tatiana Suarez has been out for 2 years.
She had cancer.
What?
What?
Yeah.
She had cancer?
Yes.
I didn't hear anything about that.
This is a crazy episode with all the shit getting dropped that we didn't know about.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, she had cancer.
Well, good thing she beat that.
Yeah, really good.
And now she's back. So I can see she's also ranked number 10, which rankings don't really matter.
Wait a minute. Hold on here. Before we get into that.
Number 10.
Tatiana is ranked 10.
What?
Yeah,
wait, now did she take off because she had cancer? Because it says here Tatiana Suarez is a cancer survivor. In 2011, she was diagnosed with thyroid cancer while training for the 2012 Olympic wrestling trials. But is that the reason why she took so much time off? Did she have like some complications or something?
I'm not sure. I think she also had like a surgery on her neck. That's why it took so long for her to come back. Because the last time she fought was in 2023.
Yeah, with Andrade.
Yeah, so 2 years ago. Won by submission. I don't know, man.
Okay, I got it here.
What do you got?
2023, she made successful return to the octagon, securing victories over Montana De La Rosa and Jessica Andrade. However, later that year, Suarez suffered a knee injury, leading to her withdrawal from her scheduled bout against Amanda Lemos at UFC 298 in February of 2024. And then in December of 2024, an undisclosed health issue forced Suarez to pull out of her fight against Verna Jandiroba at UFC 310. So now she's making her long-awaited return in a championship bout. Did not know she was a cancer survivor. That is awesome that she beat that. But yeah, so I guess it was a knee injury that's kept her out for this long, but it's good that she's back in action. One of those women's bouts. It's a good co-main event. You know, it's one of those that we're excited to see two really high-level chicks. Weili Zhang, one of the better women fighters to ever step in the UFC octagon, one of the more dominant champions. So, yeah, excited for that one. Abe, you got any other picks? Any other sleepers? Any parlay? Any two-leggers that you're digging?
Listen, man. I like watching Jimmy Crute fight.
Right? Yeah, I'm glad he's coming back.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Crute. He's the underdog, plus 130, plus 136, going against Beato Trader is his fight name. Let's see who he's fought.
He's a fucking block.
Yeah, he looks literally like a block. But I think he's only had one fight in the UFC against
Rodolfo Bellato.
Yeah,
Bellato,
Trader. But Botiera is who he beat by KO in the second round. Um, I think, dude, he does look like a block. Like,
It
hold on,
can't be more than Trevor Peak. Everybody says Trevor Peak looks like Steve
it's not
from
gonna
Minecraft.
focus. Dude, he's like
I'll
his head looks like a block. Yeah, put that in
I'll
the
put a picture of him up.
yeah, he's got. I've seen this guy fight before. I'll never forget those tattoos. But I think Jimmy Crute has a chance here.
Yeah,
I like Jimmy Crute. I remember he blew his knee out.
Anthony Smith
Or what did he? What did
snapped.
he have?
Dude, his leg was like
Yeah,
flopping when Anthony
yeah,
Smith kicked it.
yeah, dude. Because he had then he said it was like he had nerve damage or something, and it was just he was like stepping on it, and he was just losing feeling, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But
He didn't want to quit either. They called it though because his leg was so messed up.
yeah, no, that dude's a beast, man.
He is. I'm glad he's coming
Obviously,
back.
yeah,
You know what? I have a funny story of Jimmy Crute. My same buddy that is the Izzy super fan. When he was first getting into the sport, it was 2021. December 4th, 2021 is when he first started like really tuning in a lot. And Jimmy Crute was fighting the would then later turn out to be the UFC champion Jamal Hill. And now I had seen Jamal Hill before, but I was hyping up Jimmy Crute like crazy to him. I'm like, oh, dude, this guy, he's a rising star. Like he's gonna be one of the guys. Like you got, and he didn't bet really. Like he wasn't like ever really into betting, but he bet on Jimmy Crute only for him to get knocked out cold 48 seconds into the first round by Jamal
yeah.
Hill. And I'll never forget this guy's face. He was so pissed, and he goes. He's just staring at the TV. He's like, "Rising star, my ass." He was so mad at Jimmy Crute.
I'm
So every time
surprised.
it,
Yeah, you would bet against Jamal Hill.
well, back then I wasn't. That was the fight that made me go, "Yo, like, who is this
Yeah,
guy? Like, what's he up to?" Because who did he fight before that? Jamal Hill. He fought.
He lost to
Oh, he
Paul
lost to
Craig.
Paul Craig. Yep. Yeah, he got his arm snapped. But
Yeah.
I would have watched him fight Ovince St. Preux because that was December of 2020. So the first fight that I watched Jamal Hill fight was he knocked out Ovince St. Preux in the second round. So that's how I was familiar with him. Then I saw him get his arm snapped by Paul Craig, and I'm like, oh well, all right, well, I guess that's his fate, you know. Saw him get a cool knockout, saw him get his arm shredded. But then he knocks the shit out of Jimmy Crute, and then he knocks the shit out of Johnny Walker, and then he knocks the shit out of Thiago Santos, and then he takes Glover to a really hard fought decision. And you know, like these are the fights that make you want to love Jamal Hill. But anyway, that was my little sidebar. Anything else? We got Jimmy Crute, a nice little underdog pick.
we can. I don't have any more. I don't think. We can
Yeah.
talk about. Let's see. What do you guys have for the main event?
Main event, okay, so I stayed away from picking on this one just because it is one of those fights where if Dricus wins, I'm happy because I've watched every one of Dricus's UFC fights. Since his UFC debut, I've watched them. I've seen him live. He
I've seen
fought
him
on
live
the
too when he
yeah,
fought Darren Till.
I saw him fight. Oh man, I can't remember who it was. It was whatever the fight card where Izzy fought Cannonier. That was the first. You know, Dricus and Topuria made their debuts on the same card. And you know who else fought on that card?
Honor.
No, Tom Aspinall. So
Oh.
you had it was a great card in 2020. I mean, imagine you had Dricus, Ilya, Tom Aspinall. There was other fighters too on it. It was crazy. But you asked about the main event. I see that Dricus is a minus 215 favorite, but Dricus by points is a plus 175. If you guys were to take a finishing prop, who would it be and what would it be? What fighter and sub or knockout?
It'd be knockout for me. And I think it would be. Dude, that's tough, dude, because Sean's got a chin, but so does Dricus. Um, I would take. Listen, man. I think the first fight was if there's any indication as to how it's going to go on Saturday in the first fight, that's
I
it.
will lean towards for Naka. I will lean towards DDP.
I don't
I
know.
agree.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know, man.
he throws
He
haymakers.
throws with intention, but if you look at the numbers from the first fight, Strickland outstruck DDP in every single round.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
that's volume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
we're
mean, he
talking
had
about
like 2 minutes of control or whatever.
like one punch
Um,
knockout,
um, okay, I think DDP.
right?
DDP's a massive dude.
Yeah,
He is, dude. He can have a run at heavyweight. That dude is big,
He's a big guy.
dude, huge.
and he
Uh,
used to fight at 170.
yeah, I don't see how he used to cut that weight, dude.
Yeah,
I think he's just gotten. I don't know, man. But yeah, I would take that prop bet of finishing DDP. We've seen Strickland get finished before. Can
Hmm.
happen again. Not going to recommend that,
Yeah, I
but
wouldn't. I wouldn't
yeah,
either.
yeah. I think it's
But
going to distance.
yeah, I think it's going the distance. And, I was one of the people now, maybe if I watched it again, maybe I would change my mind. But I was under the impression that Sean Strickland was going to win the first fight. When it went to a split decision, I thought, and again, maybe if I watched it again, maybe my opinion would change. But I thought Sean won the first fight. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I'm leaning DDP this time. I'm thinking Sean should have won the first fight, and this
Yeah,
would be like the split, even though Dricus in this case would be winning both of them. But it's not that I would love to. If Sean Strickland wins, I would love it. It's one of these good situations where if either guy wins, I'm very happy. But one bonus of Sean Strickland losing is we likely get the Izzy rematch. Do you guys think? Do you guys think if Sean loses this fight, do we get the Izzy rematch? I know it's a fight that Izzy would
uh,
want back.
they're
no,
not. No, it's too. Izzy just got knocked out. What, twice?
no,
He got
just
subbed. He
once.
got subbed
Oh,
by
sub the
Dricus
first.
and then
Yeah,
knocked
okay,
out by Imavov.
okay. Yeah, no, dude. I don't see that happening. I don't see the matchmakers being like, okay, let's make this third one. Because dude, Strickland dominated Adesanya in
He
that fight.
did. He did.
There's no reason to rematch that.
Yeah,
I
Well,
understand if it was like controversial, like DDP Strickland, you run it back. Adesanya, he literally Philly rolled the entire fight and
you're
made
right.
him, yeah, did not make him look like a champion. He made him look like a fool, and then yeah, finished him. So
I
wait,
agree.
who are you talking about? Were you talking about
Izzy.
Dricus or Strickland?
Strickland,
Strickland didn't finish him.
he didn't finish Izzy.
No.
No,
He
no,
went
no.
the
He
distance.
said he dominated him the
He-
whole fight.
yeah, he said
Yeah,
dominated. He didn't finish though.
okay, he
Yeah,
dominated.
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
dropped
Because
though. Izzy got
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
dropped
he
the first
got
round.
yeah, well
dropped
that's what I'm
major.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
He
fight could have been stopped.
Right, yeah. If I mean, well, Mark Goddard was in there. He did ref all of Izzy's losses at middleweight, funny enough.
Mark, not
But
so Goddard.
I'll leave you guys off with this. So if Strickland is not going to be Izzy's next fight, and I'm not saying how realistic this is, but I'm saying which one would you guys rather see? Izzy's next fight being against Shara Bullet or Kyle Bahio. You don't see
neither.
either of them happening?
No, I don't think he should take any of those fights. I think he should go up and wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with Hector on this one. I don't see him winning anything else at 185.
You
I
don't see
think
him beating Shara?
No,
You know what? I can see I can if Shara had a lot of issues with MVP. I think Adesanya is slower than MVP. Um but I think that Izzy definitely beats Shara.
I don't think so. I think one good punch and it's night for Izzy.
Yeah, I mean that's most people though.
'Cause
I think now
he's
again
been
this
getting yeah, he's been getting dropped in every fight now. So that's
Yeah.
my point. That's my point. I think he should go up and wait just for his chin to get a little better, you know?
Yeah, I can see that because, dude, back you got to think. But so when he was fighting Whitaker, Gaslam, he was getting hit, but he wasn't getting like rocked.
Yeah,
He was just taking them. He'll take the punches and roll with it and literally counter everything. And
right.
now when he's getting hit, he's literally it's like he gets clipped, and it's almost like
Yeah.
he's like, whoa. And
Well,
yeah.
I know Shara. I think Shara brought it up, or somebody did. So I don't know if I can't remember who it was, but they mentioned the idea. I think Shara was the one who said like, if the UFC wants to do it, let's do it. Him versus Adesanya. I'd like to see it.
What?
I think it's a winnable fight for Izzy. And you know what? If he doesn't win it, I mean that at that point you gotta. I don't know. I don't want to
I
say
just
anything
don't
again.
like.
I think it makes zero sense because one thing, the Pirate is not even ranked.
That's what I'm saying. That's like he doesn't really deserve
Right.
a Izzy fight. Like
Right.
I know he was calling
No.
out for it.
Yeah.
But that's one of those where it's like, what have you done to deserve that? He's fought
Yeah.
non-ranked guys. He fought MVP and clearly got outclassed. Um, yeah, I don't honestly. This is just Shara reaching for a superstar. Um, and I don't blame it. It's like everybody calling out Connor. Everybody
Right.
wants the with the check. They want a chance to make
That Joaquin Buckley call out.
yeah. They want a chance to make a name for themselves. Like on the odd chance, like, oh, I finish him. All right, well, I finished Adesanya. Now I belong in a title picture. You know what I mean?
Even you guys remember when Anderson Silva wanted to fight Conor?
Yeah, it's literally you want the
That
payday.
was fucking nuts. I was like, oh no.
I just don't get it. I mean, well, then again, it's all money fights.
Yeah, we all need money.
But I just don't see like that fight will never happen, dude. Shara is like, dude, Izzy's fought the who's who, and Shara's fought nobody.
Yeah, and he just lost.
Yeah, to ever
It makes
ranked
no
guy.
sense.
So that's
All
what I'm
right,
saying.
all
Yeah.
right, all right. Well, in that
I
case,
think Shara should fight Bo Nickel.
I like that.
That what good will we get out of that? It'd be pure domination.
Yeah, for Bo Nickel.
On Bo Nickel's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will
that's
literally
no fun.
throw him outside the cage.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
That's
no,
no
I said Bo Nickel's next 3 fights because Bo Nickel is now a ranked middleweight.
Yeah,
15,
14, right?
So
15.
15.
Yeah.
So what did I say? I think his next 3 opponents, this is my prediction, Roman Kopylov,
Yeah.
Paulo Costa, and then Marvin Vettori. I think those are Bo Nickel's next 3 opponents. They have enough name value. The UFC knows that they're winnable fights for Bo Nickel, so he could climb the rankings, stay undefeated, still look good. Those are my predictions for Bo Nickel's next 3 fights, and I think he wins all of them. Roman Kopylov, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori. Book it.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that. I like that one.
But yeah, so anything to add before we wrap this bitch up? I go brush my teeth and hit the goddamn sack.
Nah, bro.
All right.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Tupuria, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it too.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. One of these fight cards, we're gonna have to link up.
Please.
And we're gonna have to link up, preferably the one in Chicago, because we outweigh you. We're 2 in Chicago and 1 in PA. So,
well, I'm always looking for an excuse to go visit a new city. That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean,
that'd be pretty cool, man.
And I would love to go see if we could go see a Bulls game while we're in town, or any professional sport.
So it'll be at that same arena. Well, if it's in the summertime, dude, I'll take you to a Cubs game for sure.
I would love. I mean, I am not a baseball fan at all, but I love going to baseball games.
Dude, I took Castagna to the Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
I forgot when. Oh, we went to go see Low Cash, and dude, he's not a baseball guy. He's not any sport guy.
Yeah.
But he liked it, man. He was like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
By the way, just for the under the chin lore, he just mentioned Castagna, a guy that we bring up all the time. Well, I mean, it seems like once an episode, but we may have missed a few.
The approach. Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Yes, the approach.
Yeah, he's one of our buddies. That's who I met Josh through.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Who's that guy? Conor McGregor, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Haas, Castagna, The Approach. If you ever hear that, it's all the same guy. One day we'll get him on.
Dude,
Uh,
I should have had him on here, bro. This
yeah,
was
what the
no,
hell?
yeah.
But guys, I have loved this. This is the longest episode we've ever recorded. Hopefully, we'll get the opportunity next week to start a little earlier and just let it run as long as possible. Even though you know what I gotta say, the editing is therapeutic. Like when I'm in the zone, I mean, it takes me a while, but I just love doing it. So a long episode, it's just, you know, it's just more fun. I love it. It's I'm so glad we're doing this. But it's about time for me to hit the sack. Thank you guys again. And if you made it this far in the episode, holy shit. I mean, I this by the time I edit this down, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I think we've been recording for like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. So this is
Yeah.
the longest recording we've had. I'm going to end up cutting a good bit of it out, but regardless, this is going to be in contention for the longest episode so far. So if you were watching this on YouTube right now, you don't know any of us personally, and you made it this far, you are a fan. Thank you very much. That kind of stuff means the world to me. This is a lot. You know, it's a lot of effort. You know, we got to set time aside, record it, edit it, and if even one person that I don't know watches the whole thing, that means the absolute world to me and the guys here. So, with that being said, thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. And we're out until next week. Let's enjoy UFC 312.
Let's go, baby.
Woo!
Joy, guys.